Okay, lads, here's the workings to your suspense question on O'Connell. So let's look at the first one there. It says an overdraft of 700 in the bank account had been brought down on the incorrect side of the nominal ledger, then subsequently had been entered on the incorrect side of the trial balance. Okay, it was a really straightforward working. So all we had to do was open up the nominal ledger in this case, which was the bank. Okay, it was put on the incorrect side, meaning it was put on the debit side. Okay, so we correct that entry. Okay, and then put in the correct entry. Alright, and that was all to that working, gents. Alright, come over to your general journal. Okay, put in bank. Okay, 1400. So therefore we have suspense on the credit side, debit side, excuse me, 1400. Okay. Where does these go? Okay, well the bank obviously is going to go into the balance sheet, and suspense will go into a suspense account. Okay, and then we do our one liner down here, say being corrected. Okay, due to incorrect recording of bank overdraft. Okay, next working. Okay, so this working here says O'Connell sold privately owned computer equipment, okay, to a debtor of the business on credit for 4,900. Okay, this sale had been treated in error as a cash out of stock. And O'Connell intended that the proceeds from the sale were to be retained within the business. Okay, so the first thing I'd open up here is sales. And reason being because it was incorrectly treated as a sale. Okay, so I open up sales. Okay, sales would have been treated as a credit entry, so I must reverse that entry and put in a debit entry of 4,900. It was treated as a cash sale. Okay, so cash would have been incorrectly 4,900 debited, so then I must do the reverse, which is 4,900 of a credit entry. Okay, so that is your mistake corrected. So let's record this correctly then. Okay, well if you've sold privately owned goods in respect of a business debt, okay, well, that would be capital introduced. And the capital introduced is a credit entry of 4,900, as capital is obviously a liability. Okay, now he said he sold it on credit, so he gave these goods on credit. Alright, that means he sold them to a debtor of the firm. And the debtor of the firm will pay the business, and that will be retained within the business. So we can put a debit entry for the debtors of 4,900. Okay. Now, that's that working complete. So we can just come over here and I'll scribble in a general journal for you guys. Okay, so you've got sales. Okay, debit entry 4,900. You got cash. Credit entry 4,900. You've got capital introduced, which is a credit entry of 4,900. Okay, we have debtors, which is a debit entry of 4,900. Okay, therefore we do not have a suspense, as those accounts all balance out. The sales will go into your P&L, cash, balance sheet, capital, balance sheet, and debtors will also go into your balance sheet. Okay, we'll give our little one-liner down here. We simply say being recorded of capital introduced. Okay, excellent. On to the next working, lads. Working 3. Okay, now, a debtor who owed O'Connell 1,225 and sent a cheque for 963 and 175 in cash in full settlement, so clearly there's been a discount, alright? This was correctly entered in the books, however, no entry had been made in the books of the subsequent dishonouring of this cheque or the writing off the remaining debt in full. So we've seen this on a couple of occasions, lads, so I hope you're getting the hang of it. Okay, the first thing I'm going to open up here, lads, is my bank account. If this cheque was dishonoured, okay, Well, we initially would have put it in the debit side, okay, because there's money coming into our bank account. Okay, we must take that money back out now as the check is bounced. So therefore, it's going to be a 963 of a credit entry. Now, if you do the math there, lads, if they give us 963 in a check and 175 in cash, okay, that means we gave them €87 discount. Discount allowed. That's what we did at the beginning. We would allow discounts. That was a debit entry, so we must reverse that. So it's a credit entry of €87. Okay, that deals with the... Well, actually, hold on, one more entry. Now, that 963 and 87 in total is a 1050. It's still a debt. Okay, who owes it to us? Our debtors. So therefore, we put in 1050 in our debit side of our debtors ledger. That there then, lads, has taken care of the dishonouring of the check. Now, what has happened after that then? Okay, we're going to write off this remaining debt. So if we're going to write it off, we're going to have a bad debt, obviously. Okay, so we put in here it's a bad debt. Bad debt, gentlemen, is an expense, therefore it's a debit entry. It's a debit entry of 1050 because we're writing off that. If we're writing that off, we're writing it off in the debtors also. So it's a credit entry. Okay, and that will take care of that working for you. Come over here and scribble down a general journal. Okay, so we have bank. Okay, and bank was a 963 credit entry. We had discount, which was also an 87 credit entry. Then we had two entries here for debtors. Okay, they do cancel each other out, but you will get marks for this. Okay, and then we also had a bad debt, which is obviously an expense, 1050. As you can see, gentlemen, they balance each other out. We'll just make note here, okay, of where those figures shall go. And we'll make our little one-liner here, and this is simply being recorded. Okay, due to dishonouring of check. Okay, on to the fourth working. Okay, and the fourth working here then, Jen says, O'Connell won a motor vehicle valued at 35,000. Okay. In a local credit union raffle, O'Connell gave this vehicle to the business and then took an old van from the business valued at 14,000, which he was using for private purposes. Okay, and the only entry made in the firm's book regarding both of these motor vehicles was a debit in the cash book of 14,000. Now, if we open up, the first one I'll open up is capital. Okay, because he introduced capital. Capital, lads, would be a long-term liability, so it's a credit entry. Okay, what kind of capital did you introduce? To introduce motor vehicles. Okay, and the vehicles obviously received 35,000. Okay, now O'Connell then decided to take a vehicle off to himself of 14,000. Okay, so we've got drawings. Okay, drawings is an expense to the company. Okay, it's €14,000. Now, we open up the bank account here. Okay, because it was in the cash book. Okay, and the only entry in the cash book was a debit entry 40,000. That was incorrect, so we must reverse that. So it's going to be a credit entry of 14,000. Go over here, lads. We'll scribble down general journal again for you guys. Okay, so we've got capital, which was a credit entry of 35,000. We've got vehicles. Okay, 35,000 received, but 14,000 going out. We've got drawings. Okay, 14,000 expense, and then we corrected the bank. Okay, and the bank there was 14,000. So we have a suspense. We have a suspense of 14,000 on the debit side. Okay. Where did these go? This balance sheet, balance sheet, balance sheet, balance sheet, and obviously suspense. Okay. We've got a correction here, so it's being corrected due to incorrect recording of capital introduced. Alright, finally lads, on to your last working. Okay, it says cash payments of 280 for repairs to the business motor vehicle and 170 for repairs to private vehicles had both been credited to the creditors. Okay, well that was incorrect. Because if you're making cash payments, chance there is no creditors. Alright, so we open up creditors. Okay, it was credited to the creditors, we need to do the opposite chance. So 2 of them add together will give us 455. Okay, and is that also credited to the motor vehicles account only? Well, we open up the vehicles account, lads. It was incorrect to credit. Okay, so we must do the opposite again and put a debit entry of 455. So where should they have gone? Okay, well, we've got repairs. Okay, so the company received repairs of 280. Repairs an expense. Okay, for the private, it's drawings. Okay, so drawings, obviously an expense also is 175. Okay, and how do they pay for it? Well, they paid for it out of their bank account. Okay, of 455. For working IV and V, lads, you might be wondering, well, cash book. Okay, cash book, lads, and cash payments. Okay. In this case here, if you looked up at your current assets there, cash is 5,600. Okay. And if you go back then to working, what working was it? Working 2 there. Okay, you see there, treat an heir as a cash out of stock. So you're going to minus that 4,900 away from your cash, which is only going to leave you with 700. Okay, you can't have a deficit in cash, you can only have a deficit in a bank. So if you look at working IV there then, okay, you're also going to have to take away 14,000 from cash. You only have 700 cash in your current asset, so you have to be able to identify the fact that that's got to be from the bank, and so to then obviously V. Bank cash, lads, can be normally treated as the same. Okay, if in doubt, lads, use the bank account. Okay, creditors is 455. Okay, vehicles 455. Repairs is 280. Drawings 175, which means you have suspense, basically 455 by 3. Okay. Oh, hold on, sorry. I forgot the bank down the bottom there. You've also got bank, which is on the right side, debit side, credit side of 455. Okay, so your suspense would be 455 times 2, which is 910. Alright. Okay, so you got balance sheet, P&L, balance sheet, suspense. Okay, let me give our being corrected. Okay, due to incorrect recording, I suppose, of repairs. Okay, boys, and there you have your workings. What I'll do then, lads, is I'll post up B, C, and D then on your Edmodo. Alright.